Yeah. So next story we had was an interesting one, looking at one of America's great companies, Intel, selling off 51% of the Altera acquisition that they made back in 2015 to private equity firm Silver Lake. I think this is interesting because Lip Bhutan recently took over as CEO after um, for after the failed kind of CEO stint previously. And Intel's had a lot of problems. Let's just face it, over the years. So it looks like they are finally starting to uh, tighten the belt and figure out what is next for Intel. And it looks like they are getting rid of non-profitable pieces of the puzzle in the process, of which there are many.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I think there's an old saying, at least it's old for me because I've been saying it for years. All good software is eventually turned into hardware.
Hmm.
And really, let's face it, today Intel is really a marketing and mass distribution company, silicon at scale. So the thought, I think that there was a good kernel of truth behind why the acquisition made sense at the time, looking for adjacencies and thinking about data center and IoT as, oh, those could be interesting directions for us, but
Yes.
without a clear picture of how those areas were going to result in created packages that would be able to operate at a similar scale. I think it was a pretty risky bet. So
Hmm.
probably not an ideal fit in the first place. So I think the sale is actually a really good idea. uh, Going private equity gives them a chance to focus and get reoriented on some new directions while not being burdened with like life at Intel, which is just, hey, we're going to manage you just like another business unit. Because the expectations there are just too high for something that hasn't been quite sorted out yet.
Yes, for a long time, Intel has been being like what we kind of thought of as the old IBM, just too big to fail and always just running on its own. And with finally with the last CEO, Pat Gelsinger, Gelsinger realized that Intel needed change and tried to do it through massive investment. And finally, Intel's board kind of said that they just were too gun shy to be able to go all in on that vision. So now they're going to go in with this Liputan vision that of cutting costs and really rationalizing the company to
Yeah.
what it really focuses on. And I think that, like IBM, the end result of this will be getting rid of things like, the PC is going over to Lenovo, while IBM focuses on what they really do best, those core
Yeah.
workloads and mainframes and related materials and related services. And I expect Intel will end up as a very similarly consolidated type of
Yeah.
company.
Without a doubt.
Hmm.